Hello viewers, welcome to Khalajan's Kitchen. I'm Farhanda and today I'm making shrimp biryani. To make the biryani, we first have to do some preparations. I've taken 3 medium-sized potatoes and cut them into 8 pieces each. Potatoes are optional. If you wish, you can omit them. I've taken 3 onions and sliced them thinly. To fry the onions and the potatoes, I've taken 2.5 cups of oil. After frying the potatoes and the onions, we will use the same oil in cooking the masala. To make the biryani spice mix, I've taken 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds, 2 tablespoons of cumin seeds, 2 bay leaves, half a teaspoon of black peppercorns, 8 cloves, 8 green cardamoms, a 2-inch piece of cinnamon stick which I have broken into small pieces, 2 black cardamoms, and I have taken a quarter piece of a whole nutmeg, and I have crushed some mace and taken half a teaspoon of that. I'm now going to dry roast the spices of the spice mix on very low heat for about a minute. I will cool them before I grind them into a powder. I have taken a pan and added the 2.5 cups of oil and placed it on medium-high heat. This is the oil that we are going to fry the potatoes and the onions in. After the oil is heated, I will first fry the potatoes. I'm not going to cook the potatoes thoroughly as they will be cooking with rice and the shrimps. I will fry them for about 3 minutes. I will now fry the onions in the same oil. Before I add the onions to the oil, I'm going to squish them a little bit so all the pieces are separate. If you want, you can have 1.5 cups of store-bought brown onions and you can omit this step completely. Up till now, I have been cooking the onions on medium-high heat. Now that they have started to brown a little, I will lower the heat to medium-low. Cooking them on lower heat and stirring them constantly will ensure even browning and crispiness. The onions are now perfectly browned. I'm going to take them out and start with the next batch. After taking the onions out, I've spread them on a paper towel so that they become more crispy when they cool down and the paper towel will absorb some of the oil. I have taken 3 cups of basmati rice which I'm going to wash thoroughly and then soak it in water for about 40 minutes. Now comes the real fun part, that is preparing the shrimp masala. For that I have taken the fried potatoes, fried onions and 2.5 tablespoons of the biryani spice mix powder. You can either increase or decrease the quantity of the powder. I have taken 8 dried plums. I will take the pits out. I have also taken 3/4 cups of yogurt, 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon red chilli powder, and 2 green chillies. I have also taken 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, 3 tablespoons of ginger and garlic paste, 1 pinch of saffron which is soaked in 2 tablespoons of milk. I have taken 750 grams of medium-sized shrimps, 3 medium tomatoes which I have pureed, half a cup of fresh mint leaves and half a cup of fresh coriander, 3 to 4 teaspoons of salt. I avoid using food colors as much as possible, but biryani without the orange food color is not biryani. So I make my own food color by taking 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of paprika and cooking them in 4 tablespoons of lemon juice until it's reduced to about 2 tablespoons. Now I've taken 3/4 cups of oil in a pan and put it on medium-high heat. For the tempering, I have taken half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 2 bay leaves, 2 green cardamoms, and a small piece of cinnamon stick. I will add the spices to the heated oil and then I will cook them for a few seconds. After that, I'm going to add the ginger and the garlic paste. I will cook the paste for about half a minute. Then I will add the tomato puree along with the paprika, turmeric and the chili powder. The 2 green chillies that I had taken, I had cut them into thin pieces and they go in at this time as well. The tomatoes have been cooking for about 4 minutes and now I will take 2.5 tablespoons of the biryani masala that we made earlier and add it to the tomatoes. If you wish, you can either reduce or increase the amount of the masala. After cooking it for 2 more minutes, I will now add the yogurt which I have stirred, and while adding it, I'm going to stir the masala so that the yogurt does not curdle. Now I will add 2 teaspoons of salt. You can either increase or decrease the amount of salt if you wish. I will also add the lemon juice, and after adding that, I'm going to cook the masala until most of the water has evaporated. It has taken about 1.5 minutes for the masala to thicken. And now we will add the shrimps. These are medium-sized shrimps and they come 16 to 20 in 1 pound. If you take larger shrimps, cut them in half, and if you take smaller ones, then you'll have to adjust the cooking time. At this time, I will also add the 1/4 cup chopped fresh mint, 1/4 cup chopped fresh coriander, and the dried plums. I have taken the pits out of the plums. I will now add 1/4 cup of water and half of the fried onions. I'm going to mix the shrimps well into the masala and then cook them until they curl a little bit and slightly change color. They will become tough if overcooked. Shrimps are now done. I will shut the heat off and set them aside. I have added 8 cups of water to a pot and put it on high heat. To the water, I'm adding 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. This is the same oil that we cooked the potatoes and the onions in. Now I will cover the pot and let the water come to a boil. I will drain the rice and add it to the boiling water. I will cover the pot and let it come to a boil again. At this time, I am going to cook the rice until it's 2/3 done. We are not cooking the rice fully at this time as it will also cook with the shrimps. I will now drain the rice. To layer the biryani, I am going to add 1/3 of the cooked rice to the pot. And then I will add all the shrimps. Then I will layer the potatoes on top and add half of the leftover fried onions. After adding the onions, I'm going to add the 1/4 cup of mint and the 1/4 cup of coriander leaves. The saffron that I soaked in milk will go in at this time as well. Now I will add the rest of the 2/3 of the boiled rice. Now I will add my homemade orange food color. If you're using the store-bought color, it usually comes in a powder. Mix it with 1 or 2 tablespoons of water and add it over the rice. Then I'm going to add the rest of the fried onions and 3 tablespoons of oil. This is the same oil that we fried the onions in. I will turn the heat on high, cover the pot with tin foil and then cover it with a lid and seal it so the steam does not escape. I'm going to cook on high heat for 4 minutes and then reduce the heat to minimum and then cook it for another half an hour. I am going to take off the lid very carefully as there is lots of steam inside. The biryani is now done and ready to serve. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Enjoy!